Ready for a deep dive into a career that's more dynamic than it gets credit for?
I think so.
We're talking about the world of waiters and waitresses. And let me tell you, there's a whole lot more to it than just carrying plates.
Oh, absolutely.
We've got RoleCatcher's Career Guide as our trusty companion for this journey.
Excellent.
So no more scribbling orders on those little notepads. Is that a thing of the past?
Well, some places still love that old school charm,
Right.
but technology, it's definitely shaking things up.
Yeah, I bet.
Rollcatcher actually mentioned how some restaurants are even using AI now, like to predict what a customer might order based on, crazy stuff like the time of day or even if it's sunny or rainy outside.
Oh, hold on. Predicting cravings
Yeah.
before they even happen. That's like mind-reading tech right there. But seriously, what does that kind of technology mean for someone who's, actually working as a waiter or waitress?
Well, I think it means that having a handle on technology is becoming more and more crucial in this line of work.
I can see that.
Think about it. Point of sale systems, POS systems, everyone calls them.
Right.
Those are the backbone of pretty much any restaurant these days.
Yeah.
Taking orders, handling payments, keeping track of every last ingredient.
Oh, yeah.
It all goes through those systems. And then pile on all those online orders coming in, sometimes from like a zillion different platforms. It's
Yeah.
a lot to keep straight.
So it's not just about balancing trays anymore. You're balancing what, digital orders flying across the screen too?
Exactly. And a good waiter or waitress, they need to be able to not just use these systems, but also troubleshoot when things go haywire, make sure everything's running smoothly, especially when it's crazy busy.
Yeah, no pressure. Right.
And then there are those fancy digital menus some places are trying out. Imagine having to walk a customer through how to use a tablet to pick out a bottle of wine,
Oh, wow.
or explain how to customize an order on an app. Those aren't the skills you usually associate with waiting tables, but they're popping up more and more.
It's like being a tech support whiz, a menu guru, and a master of like 1,000 things all at once.
You got it. Things are definitely changing, that's for sure. But these tech skills, they're not just about keeping up with the times.
Yeah.
They can actually give you a real leg up if you want to move up in the restaurant world.
Oh, you mean like becoming a manager or something?
Yep.
Or even like opening your own place someday? Tell me more about that whole career progression angle, because I'm really curious.
Okay, so picture this. You've gone from serving tables to being the head waiter. Now you're the one showing the ropes to new staff, teaching them about that POS system.
Right, right.
You know that system inside and out. You can spot a problem a mile away, and you can make things run like a well-oiled machine. That kind of tech know-how, combined with all your experience on the floor dealing with customers, it makes you incredibly valuable.
So those tech skills are like a secret weapon.
I like that, a secret weapon. It's not just about becoming a manager either. Rollcatcher mentioned these adjacent careers.
Oh, right, right. Like what?
Well, think about event planning.
Okay, yeah.
Suddenly, knowing how to wrangle a digital seating chart for a wedding, or troubleshoot a sound system when it decides to go haywire in the middle of a corporate dinner. Those skills are gold.
That makes sense. It's like all those things you pick up as a waiter or waitress, they're useful even if you don't realize it at the time.
Absolutely.
Like you're getting a crash course in customer service, problem solving, and now, like we said, tech support.
Exactly. You learn to think on your feet, how to deal with curveballs, how to stay cool when it feels like the world's about to explode. Those are good skills to have no matter what you end up doing.
Okay, I'm convinced. But we got to be real for a sec, right?
Sure.
This job, it's got kind of a reputation.
I know what you mean.
Long hours, customers who think they're royalty.
But it's not all sunshine and roses.
And the pay isn't always amazing. RoleCatcher didn't try to hide that part.
They kept it real. But even those tough parts, sometimes they can be blessings in disguise.
Oh, interesting. How so?
Take the low base pay thing. Yeah, it's lower than a lot of other industries, but tips. Those can be huge, especially if you're working at the right place. Rollcatcher had some stats on this. Get this. In a fancy restaurant, fine dining.
Yeah.
Experienced servers can actually make more than people in some entry-level management jobs.
Well, for real.
For real.
I guess when you're dealing with big spenders, those tips must be pretty nice. But I bet it takes a certain kind of person to succeed in that environment,
Yeah.
You'd have to be really good with people, especially the demanding ones.
Oh, absolutely. It goes back to that whole creating an experience thing we were talking about earlier. In those top-tier restaurants, it's not just about taking an order. It's about knowing the menu like the back of your hand, recommending the perfect wine, knowing what someone wants before they even ask. It's a whole different ball game.
So you're saying not just anyone can walk into a five-star restaurant and rake in the big tips.
Exactly.
What would you say are the most important qualities of a really successful waiter or waitress?
Well, RoleCatcher pointed out a few key things. Customer service is a big one, obviously.
Sure.
But it's more than just being polite, you know? It's about reading people, understanding what they want, even if they don't say it out loud, and changing your approach based on who you're talking to.
Like being a chameleon.
A social chameleon. You've got to be adaptable. Some people want to chat your ear off. Others want you to just put the food down and disappear.
Right.
A good server can sense that and adjust. It's a delicate dance for sure.
And I bet being a good communicator is huge too. Not just with the customers, but in the kitchen too. It's like its own little world back there. And the waiter or waitress is the bridge between that and the dining room.
Absolutely. They're the link, the problem solver, the one who keeps everyone happy. It's a high-pressure gig, but for the right person, it can be incredibly rewarding.
And speaking of rewarding, RoleCatchers made it clear that this doesn't have to be a dead-end job. They laid out a pretty clear path for moving up in the restaurant world, didn't they?
They did, and that's something I don't think people always realize. It's easy to see it as a temporary thing, but if you've got the drive and the right attitude, those tables you're waiting, they can be a launch pad to bigger and better things.
Yeah, it's like a whole career ladder that's hidden in plain sight.
Exactly.
You start with the basics, and then you can use those skills to move up to bigger and better things.
And the best part is, those skills you're learning, they're like superpowers you can take with you anywhere.
Oh, totally.
You could manage a team, keep things running smoothly in any fast-paced job. It's about being a leader, knowing how to handle problems, and having that ability to stay calm under pressure that you can really only get from working in a busy restaurant.
I'm starting to think everyone should have to work as a waiter or waitress for a little while.
Right.
But speaking of those transferable skills, there's one more big question we got to talk about.
Okay, what's that?
Automation. RoleCatcher mentioned it, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts. We're seeing robots delivering food in some places.
It's wild, isn't it?
Are we heading towards a future where robots are taking orders and serving our food instead of people?
That's the million-dollar question, right? It's easy to get caught up in all the hype about robots and AI taking over everything.
Right.
But, you know, I'm not convinced that robots will ever fully replace humans in the restaurant world.
Really? Why not?
Think about it. When you go out to eat, part of the fun is the social aspect, right?
Yeah, totally.
That connection you have with the person who's telling you about the specials, helping you pick out a dish, maybe even sharing a laugh with you. Can a robot do that?
That's a good point. A robot can bring you your food, but can it tell you the story behind the dish?
Exactly.
Or recommend the perfect wine to go with your mood?
Or smooth things over when a customer's being difficult. There's a human touch there that you just can't replace.
So you're thinking it's not going to be robots taking over. It's going to be more of a fusion of technology and that human element.
Exactly. I think the role of a waiter or waitress will evolve. The people who embrace technology, who can use those digital systems without losing that personal touch, those are the ones who are going to thrive. It's all about finding that balance.
So maybe instead of robots taking over restaurants, we'll see technology making the dining experience even more personalized and amazing.
Exactly. Imagine a world where waiters and waitresses use technology to anticipate what you need before you even ask.
Okay, like what?
Like, you get personalized recommendations based on the things you've ordered before.
Oh, that's cool.
Or the system already knows about your dietary restrictions.
Okay, right.
Or you get a wine list that's tailored specifically to your tastes.
Wow.
And all of that is right there at your fingertips on a tablet.
That's taking things to a whole new level. It's not about pushing humans out of the picture. It's about giving them the tools to be even better at what they do.
That's the key takeaway here. Technology is just a tool. It's up to us to decide how we're going to use it. And in the right hands, technology can make the dining experience even more incredible.
This has been fascinating. I never realized how much there was to learn about the world of waiters and waitresses.
Me neither.
It's a career path that's full of challenges and rewards. It's demanding, but never boring. And with technology changing all the time, it's an industry that definitely keeps you on your toes.
For sure. It really shows you the power of human connection, the importance of being able to adapt, and that special mix of hard work and genuine hospitality that makes every dining experience unique.
So to all you deep divers out there, the next time you're enjoying a meal out, take a minute to appreciate the person who's taking care of you. They're not just serving food, they're serving up a slice of life. And who knows, maybe they're on their way to becoming the next restaurant mogul or tech-savvy hospitality superstar. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.